My name's Darren Ballantyne. I work for Metro Glass as a key account and a business development manager. Metro Glass imports glass. There's no glass that's manufactured in a float line in New Zealand. It's all done overseas. Currently we would have about 400 to 500 containers on the water of glass coming towards us. And what we do is when it arrives here, it arrives in containers and we then take it out of the containers and make value add to glass is what we call it. So we make double glazing is our primary product. There's now an increasing market in triple glazing, so we're doing quite a bit of that as well. And we also do have flat glass products that we do as well. So the Super Home I see as an organisation that is addressing a need for homes to be comfortable, energy efficient and healthy to live in. And that goes for both new homes and also refurbishing existing homes. And what we like about the Super Home movement is they don't have prescribed parameters that you have to work to. It's about listening to people and then giving them the most or maximising the benefits that we can within the budget that they've got. So what I like about the Super Home is that it's appealing to a wider range of people because again it hasn't got prescriptive certifications or achievement that you're trying to get. What you are trying to do is get a home that has all the benefits of an energy efficient home at a price that's affordable to the person that's building that home. Yeah. So what I like about the Super Home movement is they have a base, better and best. So just depending on what you're after, you can achieve it and be recognised for the effort that you've made in making your home a better home. If people find it, so what we're trying to do is take the complexity out of it and keep the messaging simple. So again, we listen to what people want, because if it gets too hard, it's amazing how many times people will go to the minimum building standard. And I think it's important that it is called a minimum building standard because it is the lowest legal way that you can build a home in New Zealand. Well, the other thing is that we're not here to dictate, we're here to be supportive. And so what we do need to do is understand what people are after and provide options for them. In glass, for example, we can give the ones that are well known, which is insulation value. Then you have solar control for those that want solar control, just as some don't, they want passive heat gain. So we have options for that. Then you also have another thing that's for a comfortable home is acoustic. So using laminate glass, you can achieve good acoustic results. Light is very important in a home. And one thing we do like to see is the use of the intelligent use of windows so that you get lots of light while not affecting the efficiency of your home too much. Just as some people actually like lower light levels, so we have that available as well. Then you also have, for people that want privacy, the reflective coatings that are there so that it makes it difficult for people to see, say if you've got a glass in the front of your home. And then also aesthetics, so we can do that as well with tint and with print. And the beauty of it all is you can roll it all up and still make energy efficient windows. So then the question comes in as to how glass works in keeping heat inside a home. And what's been developed over a number of years is a technology called low E glass, which means low emissivity. And what it does is it takes long wave heat that's generated within the home and reflects it back into the home rather than letting it leave the window. And so you get far better heat retention within your home just through that simple technology. Low E has gone through many iterations over the years and it's become more and more effective, which I touched upon earlier on with solar control as well. So they're rolling other things into that technology as well. And you can have the basic low E glass will have 5 to 6 metallic silver coatings on it, which is the secret and the sauce with it. But you can get up to 15, 18, even 20 coatings on the glass that you can't see or you're hard pushed to see. You might see a bit of a tint. And again, with those higher performing low E's, that means that you're getting better heat retention. The other thing is, as that technology's improved, it has meant that for those that don't want to go to triple glazing, you can get some very high performance double glazing that will be very close to the performance of basic triple glazing. However, what we are finding in the triple glazing now is that people are going for the double low E coatings, and they do provide for very impressive insulative values. So if someone's going triple glazing, double low E is definitely the way to go. Whereas if someone's going triple glazing but perhaps only one low E coating, I'd seriously consider going to a high performance double glazing. And what we need is, and that's where again it's our job to listen, is whatever the performance is, whether it be from, again, insulative, solar control, acoustic, decibel ratings, we listen to that, and then and light transmission is the other one that comes in. UV is another one that also sometimes gets asked. So what we can do as a company, and that's something that I'm proud of with Metro, is that we are in a way a bunch of geeks, glass geeks if you like. We don't market maybe as much as what we should in terms of what we do, which we've got to get better at so that people do understand what glass can do. And we have the support and technical ability to be able to take what's being asked for and then provide the solutions depending on what people are after. Sure. So with solar control, what used to be the old school way of dealing with it was using tints on the outer pane. And what it's now moved into now is the low E itself has the ability to control the amount of radiation energy that's going through the window. So that again, because having too much solar control can be a bad thing as well. So again, listening to what the project or the customer wants and finding out what the key numbers are, because there is no sweet spot depending on the design of the building. We can provide a solar control glass that can meet the needs of that project. And it's measured fairly simply just on how much radiation it lets through the glass. And it's very much the same technology, is that there's two ways. First of all, the glass does heat up a bit, which then the heat automatically goes to the colder part, which is the outside of the building, but also it does reflect that heat back out, the solar heat back out as well. So Metro Glass has recently become a silver partner with the Super Home movement, and we're very proud to be involved with them, and we fully subscribe to what's being worked on, which is, again, practical ways of people being able to make better homes for themselves. And what I like about the Super Home movement is there's a good group of people within it. It's a growing group, it's gaining momentum, and they're all trying to do the same thing, which again is maximising the benefit of what people can achieve with their homes to the people's available budget. And we feel that's really important. Ultimately, we would like to see the efficiency of homes being much higher than they are now, but we also understand that every journey starts with the first step. We actually think that the Super Home movement has made a long way along that journey, and we acknowledge that we think that they have played a part in the recent H1 changes. They've certainly been a strong voice, and we want to be part of that. In terms of home renovation, we have low E glass that sometimes restrictions are in the thickness of the unit, so we can have a higher efficiency low E that will achieve better results. What tends to have happened right up to even now, because there's no regulatory requirement, is that old school clear on clear glass gets used and people think double glazing, it's great. We know that that's not the case, but more to the point, we know we can give significant improvement by adjusting the low E depending again on the thickness of the unit that's required for the home. And it's essential that we address that, because moving forward, even though a lot of new homes are getting built, there's a lot of old homes out there, and they're going to be there for a long time, and those people that live in existing houses deserve to live in comfortable, healthy, energy efficient homes as well, and with some design tips that the likes of the Super Home movement group can provide, including us with the glass side of things, that can be achieved. So part of the innovation that we've been involved with is we've recognised that there's a lot of complexity out there when people start talking about energy efficiency, and we've come up with a new brochure that we've done our best to simplify it, and rather than talking about cold data, we're looking at the feeling of a house, and whether it be that you want it to be warm, whether that you want light, whether it's that you want to have less sound coming in. And so we believe that this brochure will help people that are searching for that without having to drill into all the detail, and then they may get ideas using the brochure and want further information on that, or they might be able to make decisions just based on that information, because I think it's been well put together. You will have people that have all good intention of building an energy efficient house, then they get all this information thrown at them. And I'm the same. If I go into an electronics store and I have someone talking about pixels and mega gigabytes, whatever it is, I turn off. And then I'll just go for the simplest thing that I see. And that's the danger, is it can rapidly change for energy efficient homes the same way, where people get overwhelmed and it becomes onerous to them, and it even becomes maybe a bit threatening to them. And what do? They go back to what they know, which is, again, they think, okay, they talk themselves into that the minimum building standard might be the right thing for them, which we all know it isn't. Well, when people get overzealous, when they don't, and I've been guilty of it in my life too, is you start getting into it. It's exactly what you were saying before, where you start talking about U values and all that, where actually they just want to know, am I going to be warm? Am I going to be comfortable? Is it going to save me money in energy bills? And yeah, that's what we want people to do. And we also have to acknowledge then, depending on what their budget is, what we can get them into. Yeah. So in the glass industry, we work with U values of the glass, whereas the building industry works on R values. They are in effect very similar in what they want to achieve. It's just the way that it's measured is different. The interesting thing is, if you do get confused and you want to work with R values, all you need to do is one is the direct inverse of the other. So if you have one number, you can just use the inverse of it, and that gives you the R value that you're after. So U value is the measurement of, again, R value and U value are the same, wanting to achieve the same thing. It's insulated value, it's just a different metric used. So U value is the amount of transmittance of energy through, whereas the R value is the resistance to that energy going out. So what we've noticed with the market as younger people come in is that they're more concerned with the R&D budget of a company rather than the marketing, because the R&D is actually the real thing, whereas the marketing is anything, whether it's true or not. So that's where we spend money on innovative products, we spend money on technical support, and we see the value in that as well, because we produce better products because of it. Okay, so what we've also noticed is that sustainability has become more of an important buying decision for the generation that's coming through now. And as an example, we actively try and source glass that has recycled product within it. And we believe that currently our supply lines is around at about 22% of the glass we bring in has a recycled content in it. And then what we also actively do is, because we are a glass plant, we have quite a bit of waste comes out, and well over 90%, sort of over 95% is actually gone back into as another product. So it's in the cyclical market where it gets made into the likes of insulative bats and, believe it or not, swimming pool filters. So over the time that I've been with the Super Home movement, I've had the privilege of going on their Super Home tours, their bus tours. They're always a very educational event to go to. You get to mix with all the stakeholders, whether it be other suppliers, proud homeowners that have achieved what they wanted to achieve. You get to see works in progress, you get to see the finished product, and again, it's just a very enjoyable, down-to-earth way of getting to see the end result of what an energy efficient home looks like.